So today we're going to talk about, is tone truly in the fingers? I think, and I think we're also going to kind of change it up a little bit as well and see how much differently it is in the fingers as well. So, but for the first thing we're going to do is run through a couple different amps. They're pretty well cranked. The orange right here is on about 3 o'clock, close to 3 o'clock. So it's cranking.
A 50 watt.
50 watt amp.
Yeah, 50 watt amp, and it's pretty loud. My leg hairs are moving.
And so, what you're going to see Travis do? Are you moving the
Volume's all the way up.
So the volume's up. You're just simply changing how you're.
Yeah, and I normally don't use a pick, but for most people do. So for this, I'm going to use a pick the whole time.
Okay.
And just alter the dynamics of how hard I'm hitting the strings.
With the idea being, you can get clean tones.
Mm-hmm.
You hit it, and then you get a little bit of natural breakup from the amp.
Right, and the one thing that I'll hear certain players, there's so many great players that always seem to have this touch, and I always wondered how they got it. Mm-hmm. And this is just kind of how I practice it, whether I have it or not. But
gotcha.
So
all right, so cranked orange. What kind of Strat is this?
It's a 64.
Ruin? Or is this
no, it's a real 64. Obviously refinished. But yeah, it's the real deal, man. I mean, it's got like non-original tuners and some things.
Right.
But
stock pickups?
But the pickups, the neck, basically everything but the saddles and the tuner are original, and the paint job.
Okay, cool. Volume's up all the way on the guitar.
Yeah.
All right, let's hear it.
Okay, so I'm just going to alter volumes. I'll start soft, and then you should be able to hear when I'm digging in, I would think. Right. See, I went to my fingers. Dang it. Sorry, just start over.
No, you're right.
Okay.
That is really loud. All right, so let me see that real quick, because I bet you I gotta use the same pick too, because
those are weird picks, but they're my favorite.
The pick makes all the difference.
Absolutely,
so,
yes.
Yeah.
Actually, that's another discussion. Go ahead.
Okay, so you're an E, right? I don't even know. Okay.
E gin and tonic.
I just pick.
Really you're more articulate than I am, though.
See, to me, it sounds. Obviously, it sounds different. I'm playing in a little different style,
right.
But yours sounds more like, for lack of a better descriptor, more Stevie Ray Vaughan-ish.
Well, yeah.
Mine sounds like a drunk Stevie Ray.
Well, mine is, and I even told you this. The one tune that I heard where I realized. I saw the guy live. His name's Chris Duarte. Mm-hmm. Check him out. The song that got me was a song called 32 Blues. Mm-hmm. And seeing it live, his amp was it was so loud that it was uncomfortable at times. And he didn't touch his amp or even his guitar's volume. And I noticed he was playing so quiet. And I was like, how? And then I noticed he was just barely raking across the strings. So that's kind of what got me. At that time, I had a PV Blues Classic with a 115 in it. I went home, I cranked that thing on 10, and I just tried to play so soft. I bet you I played for an hour and a half.
Delta Blues then?
No, it was called a Blues Classic. Yeah, they only did it for a few years. I don't
recall those.
It was like a 96. Huh. It was before the Delta Blues, which was the exact same amp.
Okay.
But it had like the wide panel on it.
Huh.
But whatever. PV history, right?
Right.
But but that's what got me into it, was listening to that. So I would just, that's probably why it sounds Steve Ray Vaughan-ish, or because Chris Duarte kind of sounds like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the one thing I noticed more than anything is the amount of gain. Obviously, you know, we've always talked about that, you and I personally. But you know, the softer, you know, not as much gain, the harder, the more the amp breaks up.
Right.
So,
All right, so let's go through the Bravado, 40 watt 6L6, and kind of a black facey sort of thing.
Killer amp.
All right, let's run through that. All right, so now we're running through the Bravado amp, cranked about 3/4 of the way, maybe a little more, I don't know, but it's loud.
It's so loud.
All right, so let's hear it on this.
All right. We're learning together because I haven't played through this yet, right? Well, I mean, I have, but not today.
Right. Wow.
That's difficult. That's difficult.
It's a little different.
Yeah, it's hard to make it sound clean and smooth.
So I noticed your touch is glassy, where mine feels fuzzy. Watch, I'll show you. Keep in mind, I'm trying to play light.
This is light for you.
This is light. Like usually my normal thing is.
Right, you normally do play like that.
Yeah, so. Notice how on my bottom notes, like it's fuzzy.
It's
fuzzy and bloomy.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. The exact word was bloomy. Guitar players are such idiots. It's bloomy.
It's kind of.
But we know exactly what we mean.
It's kind of got more of a locust type of woody feel. All right, so that's the Bravado. What else do you think we should run through? You want to run through like the 100 watt Plexi clone?
100 watt. Let's kill it. 100 watts.
So we can try that. That's going to be fun.
That'd be good.
A lot of fun.
Loud.
Cranked up loud. Yeah.
Sweet.
All right, so now we're playing through the Shaw. I don't even know what model this is. He made it for me. It's basically a 100 watt Plexi clone, and it's loud.
God, it sounds so good.
But yeah, it's I don't know. Sounds like a good Plexi.
Yeah, it sounds like a great Plexi, but like you said, it's loud. 100 watts, man, and it's on the verge of breakup. So 100 watts on the verge of breakups, just
right.
Yeah,
and it's. We know that the treble channel is on 3.5. The bass channel is on 4. So it's not on 10.
Right.
But it's still breaking up.
But with those amps, they don't really get much louder after that. They just get more distorted or more dirt or whatever, overdriven.
Right. All right, so let's do the same test on this guy.
Okay. I need a left earplug.
Here, let me stick my finger.
Yeah. Where's Brad? Remember that time I used Brad Paisley's earplug?
Oh, his in-ears.
Yeah.
So Mr. Smooth Talker here gets Paisley's in-ears, listen to the front of house mix.
I was kind of grossed out, but it's Brad Paisley.
Right.
And he's like, here, listen. Yeah. All right. That is so loud. I seriously am going to plug it here. Nothing against your playing, just my hearing.
This is going to be loud.
It's going to be loud.
You might want to scoot back.
No, I'm good. I can handle it.
All right, so keep in mind, I'm going to try not to
That's why I'm plugging.
I'm going to try not to dig in hard.
Dude.
See, to me, like, personally, that is way too glassy for me.
See, well, the one thing I was going to say, too, well, to me, I like it because it's there if you want it. You know what I mean? With, like, some blackface Fenders, you can't get that. To me, it's like, that's the reason I play a Plexi.
Right.
Is, you know, if I want that other sound, I'm going to play a Fender or whatever amp, because that's what that does. Tell me if you agree with this, though. This one, I was having a harder time getting different tones by pick attack.
What, the Shaw or
the Shaw? Because it kind of wanted to break up so quickly.
To me, it feels like everything. but
like
that's probably the biggest problem I have with the crank clean amp is that it's hard for me. I always have to roll my volume down.
Right. Because
I just naturally play hard.
Right. And I don't. And that's what's so funny is all my influences are guys that dig in. I've literally seen, you know, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Chris Duarte, pictures of where their fingers are bloody from how fat, you know. And it's like, how do you do that? You know? But that's why who they are, and that's why I am what I am. No, right. But you know, obviously it works for them. But the one thing I noticed though is that one I was having a harder time like differentiating. Is that the right word?
Well, if it's not, it is now.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, between the overdrives, I guess.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Down the gain.
Right. So let's we're gonna do something fun. So
right.
I got. Let's see. We can do an AC15 or a PV Classic 50 or 30. Probably a 50 because I think the 30's messed up.
Okay.
Or a Crate
G40. What about the Crate G40? It's like got genuine transistors in it. Transistors.
They're new old stock transistors.
Okay. Yeah. Now watch. Brian Wampler says it, so go watch eBay.
Yeah, right. It'll go up by pennies on the dollar.
Didn't I see one of your pedals on Reverb for like $900 or something?
The Black 65.
And then you said something like, just buy the one off eBay for $100.
Yeah. Like somebody trying to sell it for like $1,200 or something. It's ridiculous. You know, it's a handful of JFETs and some resistor and capacitors.
Dude, make one every 6 months. Leak it for $1,000.
There's been other builders.
Is that actually you that are selling that on Reverb right now? I'm joking.
No. To the point where I was finding other people selling it. I'm like, buy it from this store. It's only $100. Yeah. Buy it from that store. It's only $100. Yeah. So, but there have been builders that have done that. Jeez. We're getting way off topic here.
Yeah.
Right.
Dirty amps.
All right. Let's try one more amp.
Okay.
All right. So now we're going through the PV Classic 50 in the clean channel only. And we're actually running into the orange cab, which has vintage 30s in it, I believe.
It's black.
It's the black orange cab.
Ooh.
Yes.
It's rotten.
No, the black ones are the black Telex sounds way better because it absorbs different frequencies.
That's right.
Than the orange.
Yeah. And the sunlight.
And the sunlight totally changes. It creates a low pass filter based on the sound absorption of the. Anyways,
don't log into the gear page after this because there's always there's Brian Wampler's off the deep end, but I think he's got a point.
So anyways, but for this entire video, we're actually going through a combination. You can see going through the captor. I'm using impulse responses, and I'm using a combination of Celestion and own hammers, and I believe they are. I want to say they're vintage 30 speakers. As far as the impulse responses, 112 cab. It's supposed to be a 112 deluxe reverb cab. I believe is the cabinet it's supposed to be. Anyways, that's why there's no mics in front of it, because impulse responses simply sound better. Well, I said it.
Well, here's the thing. No offense here, but I think impulse responses probably sound better when guys like me and you use them. Whenever professionals and
if I had a studio, yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Someone that's going to move mics and everything, yeah,
right,
totally,
absolutely, like
totally.
Trained professionals with professional gear. I imagine they sound maybe not better, but they can tweak them.
And this is totally off topic, but still kind of relevant. Remember whenever we used to, several years ago when he worked for us, we would spend hours moving mics, just fractions of an inch. And trying all different types of mics. We would literally spend an entire day just moving mics.
And there's a video. I don't unless you've taken it down. It's years back in the Wampler archives on the YouTube page about how you went over different ways to mic cabs, and you can see the
yeah.
setup that we used to use, and it was just
It was stupid.
it was such a headache. I remember taking pictures of it from above.
Oh, yeah.
and measurements and how many
and everything,
inches, and then it would still never sound the same.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
anyways, for these purposes,
IR
going
smoked
to
that,
YouTube, it's so much easier.
Absolutely.
Because you know what you got every time.
Mhm.
So, anyways, so let's run through the classic 50.
It's loud.
It's pretty loud.
I hit the knob. I didn't mean to. Loud.
Wow.
How about my points of flare on my strap?
I like that. You kind of sound like Santa Claus. when
Absolutely.
you're walking around in it.
I need a beard.
All right, so here we go. You ever notice I always go to the major? Yeah, see, to me, it just, I feel like it's more, maybe I just got weird fingers where it's just more rounded and not as glassy and obviously not as articulate because I can't play as clean, but
Well, I will say one thing too, good, bad, or ugly, indifferent, whatever, that amp, and I kind of suspected would be the case, is way more forgiving.
Mhm.
If you notice that too, there's something about a hand-wired circuit, and maybe not even hand-wired, but just a nicer amp.
yeah,
They're less forgiving.
less forgiving and
But God, they sound so much
and it
better.
seems like more touch sensitive.
Absolutely.
So like on the hand wired stuff, like the Shaw,
and
the
the Bravado.
and really the orange. I'm not sure if that's a PCB or not.
It probably is.
But,
I don't know. To be honest with you.
Maybe design, at least design wise,
Mhm.
like it's still really touch sensitive.
Absolutely.
Whereas the PD, it just kind of seems like it is what it is.
Yeah, and
You
it
know what I mean?
sounds good, but
It feels totally different.
absolutely,
Yeah.
it's way more forgiving to where I'm not hearing as much difference between the notes.
Right. Right.
That's why I was trying to dig in. Like, well, why does that sound the same?
Right.
But-
So I want to do one thing before we wrap up. So how about if I play a very simple lick,
okay,
and then you just play that simple lick as
Okay.
well, to kind of contrast
how each
Yeah.
other sound. So just our normal playing styles.
normal
right?
playing style, but
Okay.
it'll be like a dumb pentatonic.
Yeah,
lick,
that's
right?
fine.
Let me think one. Very simple thing.
I gotta learn it on the spot here. Are you an A? You're an E? Something like that. Okay,
Right.
do it one more time
Okay,
because
okay, sure.
I can't sing it. If you can't sing it, you can't play it.
I changed it a little bit right
Yeah.
there, but
Mm.
this is just simply because of the way I'm touching
Right.
and picking.
Right. Yeah, I'd do it different. But they get the point, I'm
Right.
sure. Saying
It's like,
close
to me,
enough.
that sounds, even though they're the same basic notes,
Right.
they sound worlds apart to me.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's vibrato and pick. I mean, it's all
Pick
pick attack.
attack and how hard you're pressing down the
But
string.
the one thing I will say is, not trying to make it about Wampler here, but let's face it. You own a
That's
pedal
my last
company.
name.
That's what you do.
That's my last name.
But the one thing I've noticed is no one sounds better playing your pedals than you do.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go that far.
But-
you ever heard Pete Thorne?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, but you know what I mean. Like, for instance, all right, Plextortion. Obviously, that's not in the line anymore.
I play.
When you play that,
stuff different.
It sounds like $1 million. When I play the Plexi, I'm like, I hate this thing. And I don't understand how it can be polar opposite. Like I can see if it's like, I don't dig it, but it's like I can't stand it. But when you play it, oh my God!
Well, keep in mind, I'm also playing on the bridge.
Okay.
And I tend to play a telly. At least at that time I did mostly. Mm-hmm. And so, like right here, I'm playing a neck. I really play a neck.
Really?
Like, yeah. So I mean, like, if I was playing,
it's gonna be bright.
This is gonna be bright. Like, that would be my tone.
But it sounds killer. If I were to play that same thing, I forget what chord you just played.
Cowboy chords, G.
It doesn't sound. It doesn't have the same.
It sounds different. Yeah,
sounds completely different.
I don't know. Like I don't know why. Other
than
maybe it's because I hit. Maybe I'm just hitting it harder.
Well, I mean, it could be the angle of the pick. Who knows? We can break it down and everything, but let's face it, we're too lazy to break it down that much. We just want to say, check it out. It sounds different. We don't know why.
So, anyways, that's a fairly long video about different touch styles, toning the fingers, playing a couple similar licks, and how it and chords, and how it can radically sound different between two different people. So, what I'd love to know in the comments is things that you've found to make sound different. Like not pedals, not guitars, not cables, like not stuff like that. But what have you found? Like maybe it is a different technique that you're using. Obviously, finger picking is going to be one of them that sounds radically different. So I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. So thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. Click the little bell for notifications, and we'll see you next week with a new video.